So this is something that I am actually super, like what I was saying in the beginning, that I really admire you for, is that you don't just talk about making a change. You're like going out there, you're doing the changes, you're also informing people about the changes. What, like, how does that feel, or like what do you wish you could tell people more to? I feel like there's a lot of not necessarily fear, but apathy almost, where people think, oh, I can't, there's so much, this problem is too big for me. But like, I want to say that, you can just do the little thing, and that will be enough, better than doing nothing. So how do you kind of like inspire people to not be so afraid to go and do the changes that you
I think every little action helps, and that's something that we never really realized. But if 1 million people were to refuse plastic tomorrow, that'd be 1 million people refusing plastic versus, and I think that definitely another moment for me that like completely changed my life was going down the Mosspili River, where we literally, it was atrocity at large. And I think that a thing that I say a lot is that, like, if everybody were to experience the Citarum River, we'd be in such a different state, because that was like literally the worst conditions that you can ever experience of a very river being fully destroyed, essentially a moving landfill, with trash to the brink at every, burning piles of trash, landfills almost popping over the riverbanks. It's like literally stepping into Mars or something, like this surreal world where that's been fully destroyed. If like the human race were to leave, plastic would remain, and that's what the Citarum is. So it's as hard as it is. I think that sometimes facing reality and facing the true cost of what we've produced with this material, but also the environmental consequences, other environmental consequences, I think that we have to face reality and take a stand and do our minimal bits to solve this problem.
And would you I know you travel a lot before COVID, right?
Well, not too much. I would really.
But you're mostly based in Bali?
Mainly based in Indonesia.
Okay.
But yeah, trying to obviously travel as little as possible. And travels typically are all put in one. So you don't just travel to go somewhere. You try to make the most out of the travel.
Does it ever get overwhelming to be doing like all of this, or have this on your shoulders and try, have that global reach?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think that sure, like a video on social media can produce really well and go viral, but what is the most rewarding is going out there every day and knowing the actual impact that you have with your bare hands. And so that's for us most lately been in the creation of Sungai Watch, which is our latest project to clean rivers all around the world. But it's the world's first open source river cleanup platform, where we're launching it on Hari Sungai Nasional, which is this July 27th. So you're able to log into our website and literally have for free all full blueprints and how-to videos on how to create your own trash barriers.
All around the world.
Yeah, so it's for free. Anybody can adopt it. I think that, releasing videos about polluted rivers, especially after the Citarum, where we kayak down it on 2 plastic bottle kayaks, I feel like people were asking, how do we actually solve this problem? In India and Nigeria and in Cambodia, in South America. And by placing a simple barrier, made from bamboo or made from PVC pipe, or it could even be made from like a little mesh that you put together from recycled materials, you're able to stop the problem and stop the endless flow. So that's really where this idea of being involved on the ground, how can we inspire a global movement of people cleaning rivers, looking at rivers in a different point of view. Here in Indonesia, we look at them as garbage cans, as toilets. And so we have to change that mentality. We have to make sure that we're respecting these pristine alleyways that are so resourceful for our planet. They provide water, they provide such a variety of fish. and so it's changing that mindset.
Yeah, and I think it's great too, because I think essentially a lot of people want to do something or want to help out, but they don't have these simple solutions, and you're providing that for them. So that's pretty great.
Thank you.
And is like, trash work something you see yourself doing long term, or are you gonna like hand it over, or take this project to a level where you can kind of package it and be like, here you go, I'm handing it to this person and I can now retire?
No, I think our rivers have definitely been the core fundamental. That's where we are focused, from doing beach cleanups to seeing and realizing that actually 90% of it comes from land. So I think that the beginning of the conversation is trash, because that's the more visual stuff. But ultimately, we really want to change perspective of rivers in general. So we're not going anywhere. We're going to be we're dedicating our lives to rivers, and
your entire life.
Yeah. But I mean, right now, trying to set up our first community garden by a riverbank right here in Tibubeneng, in this village. This is our pilot desa, village of Tibubeneng, Rawa, Canggu. And so, like every river is protected. And so we're actually protecting a 4-kilometer stretch of coastline right here. And so every little guts, even, we have a solution on. But yeah, we want to make it community driven. We want to make it local, and hopefully, scale it up through this platform where we're giving all solutions for free out there for people to be inspired and for people to openly share their learnings as they adopt these solutions.
And if people wanted to get directly involved, what would they be doing, or how could they?
So you can come out to one of our river cleanups every week on Saturdays or Sundays, depending on the location. You can volunteer if you'd like. You can come farming with us at our community farm.
That sounds fun.
You can adopt your own river solution.
Adopt a river?
So you can build your own trash barrier based on the models.
Based on the blueprints that you're releasing.
Yeah, but you can also adopt. Right now
this is my river.
From a sponsorship model, you could do that. You could name a solution. You could be part of one crazy adventure with us. Yeah. And if you wanted to go on your own crazy adventure, we'd be happy to follow you do it. So so
if anyone wants to go on a crazy adventure, go hit up Gary. And I just always like to end this on a bit of a philosophical note. So is there kind of a piece of advice you generally give, or a philosophy of life that you like to follow on the daily?
I think waking up every day and knowing that you're doing something good for the planet, and going to sleep and knowing that today you did a good deed, and whether that's the same thing every day, that's okay, but at least that we're advancing society, moving it forward towards a more sustainable planet, and doing that every day and really realizing the impact that you've done. It just like warms your heart and boosts you for the next day to do another good deed.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Dia.
And if the audience were interested to learn more from you, how would they be able to reach you?
So you can either email me directly at gary@makeachange.world, or you can Instagram me, Gary Bencheghib, or makeachange.world.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you to all you listeners for tuning in to this episode of our podcast. Let us know what kind of conversations you'd like to listen to on the Seven Stones podcast, and we will see you in our next episode.